How's it going, everybody? PigBay here, PB for short, and today we're going to take a look at a Spanish tier 10 DD. It is a massive DD, but this is the Álvaro de Bazan. Now, when I tested this thing, I found myself really enjoying it. Honestly, it's between this and Gdansk, which is the best DD for the tier, at least in my opinion. This one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, even though it had burst mechanic. I didn't enjoy it as much on the cruisers, but for this one I enjoyed it a lot more. For that burst mechanic, you essentially get 3 salvos instead of the cruisers 2. The reload it's still very long, but it doesn't feel completely useless in my opinion. Now, the camo that I'm rocking is El Toro. This is the camo that adds dispersion. You get no stealth with this camo at all, but honestly this thing plays more like a light cruiser anyways, so I just decided to go with the dispersion. Plus, it doesn't have the best detectability. It's a massive DD, guys, so I honestly didn't expect it to. Speaking on the concealment, you're sitting at about a 6-kilometer range. It's a little less once you get that 3% from what's it called, the refined coal. But one of the main things that you're going to play this for, besides burst fire, you know, that's going to be the gimmick that everybody kind of leans towards, but the guns are very good. You're sitting at 135s, and you have 8 of them. The guns reload in about 4.6 seconds. The alpha damage for the AP per shell is, on paper, 520. Obviously, it's less because of damage reductions. For the HE, it is 399, and the fire chance is 4%. Now, the torpedoes are nothing to scoff at. They do a good amount of damage, not compared to like IJN, but still very respectable. Before damage reduction, they should be doing about 4.1k. As you see on the Kremlin, I only did 3.3, but that's still a Kremlin. They reload in about 51 seconds and have about a 10.8 kilometer range. Flooding chance are sitting at a 18%, and the speed for the torps, you know, they're kind of middle of the road, I would say. It's only 62.5 knots. But again, you're playing this thing for the guns or the burst fire, depending on who you are. You guys did see, we probably saw, hopefully you saw, I did release a short on when I recommend using the burst fire. She sits at about 24,200 health, which is actually really good. There's not that many things that beat it out. It's like Regolo by a hair, like literally 100 health. Ragnar, a healthy margin. And then Elbing, of course. Elbing just has a massive HP pool for a DD. If you're a fan of light cruisers, I definitely recommend the Bazan. It plays like the lightest of cruisers. You can definitely Citadel with this AP. I mostly find myself firing AP unless I'm shooting at a battleship. Then I'm trying to HE spam it. And especially with that 4% fire chance and having a 4.6 second reload. Couple that, once you get the fire, they put it out, you use your burst fire, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get a permanent fire there too. At the time of playing this game, I did not know I wasn't the only Bazan in the game. The more astute of you would have noticed that someone's wrecking havoc on the other side, and it happens to be Red in the house account. And I did talk with him, and we both really enjoyed playing this thing. There's not that many ships out there in this game that I test, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try to gamble for that. I really want it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This one might be the first one that does it, because I flippin' love this thing. The only thing it doesn't have, that Gdansk does have, is a little bit of DD hunting utility. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely hunt some DDs in this thing. But you don't have a way to spot them if they're in smoke. And I completely understand it'd be too broken if it did. Because this thing is strong as is. I haven't got too many games in this thing, only about 18 of them. That's more than I normally do, to be honest. But some people have played more. Red. But my stats, because some people do care about that, in it so far it's sitting about 72% win rate, 1.8 average enemies destroyed, 50% MVP rate, and a 70k average damage. It was higher. I had a couple bad games, you know, just because I got focused early. But that's just kind of the thing. That's just the way it is sometimes when you're CC. And people recognize you and you're in a new ship. It just happens. Onward to the match though itself and how things are playing out. We're sitting at about 68,000 damage. But yeah, I got pushed out of A hard. I could not really contest. So I had to abandon it. But I didn't completely abandon it because I don't want people to push through and be able to kind of clobber my team. But it kind of happened anyways. The other side definitely had a rough time dealing with red. But at this moment, I'm just here shooting at this Kremlin. I could have been done. I'm gonna be honest. There was a little bit of misplay there. I could have just used the burst fire to kind of burst him down sooner. Now I want to go into A and pick up the cap so that I can kind of get, you know, continue getting my points lead here. Unfortunately, the carrier is hunting me, and the AA in this thing, we didn't talk about it. The reason for that, it's not that great, to be honest. And this thing completely smashes me right off the rip. It is an FDR, of course. I was not expecting him to be like right in my face like this. I'm gonna tell you my second misplay, and it's just kind of growing pains, honestly, of having things that have burst fire. I did not use burst fire at the end of this. There's only 10 seconds left. I'm gonna launch my torps. Honestly, I thought my torps were going to not have time to hit, but they did. If I had fired my burst fire at least once, we would have picked up the kill. But he dies after. I'm gonna count it. We got that kill. But 116,000 damage done, 3 kills, 4. But yes, I really enjoy this ship, and it's a blast. Red had himself a very good game over there. 109,000 damage done on his side. But all in all, a lot of fun. I definitely recommend this thing. I fear the crate percentage though. I do, because it is very good. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, everyone.